If you've got video suggestions, hey God, English. If you've got, bye. See you next time. While people are making business, coming out with new ideas, doing things, studying, researching, developing themselves, some of us are sleeping like our life as if we're on a sleeping competition. Please stop sleeping and start doing something. Start disciplining yourself. A lot of us have dreams, things we want to happen in our lives. I don't know if we want to achieve them or we just want them to happen, but we have dreams. And are you actually working towards that dream, or you're just sleeping and waking up and doing like the universe is going to prepare that dream and give you on the plate? It's never going to happen that way. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? What's popping? I hope you're doing well. I hope this January is treating you well. Coming to the topic of January, it's just like this. A lot of people are feeling down, be it emotionally, spiritually, in whatever way, but there's just a wind or an atmosphere of, I don't want to say depression because that's just too deep, but in that direction. In case you're feeling that way, I sympathize with you, and I've been there. Like, I felt so down for a couple of days, but here we are back on our feet. And if you're feeling that way, I feel you. Just get motivated, get yourself motivated, pray, do what. So it's your girl Lumata. It's a girl Lumata, the one loved and amazingly spoiled by God. Today we'll be talking about self-discipline, how we can be self-disciplined and why we have to be self-disciplined. After watching the documentary of Usain Bolt some years ago, especially, I think that was in 2016, I told myself, girl, you haven't started living. Like, you're taking your life as a joke. You haven't started taking your life serious. When you watch the documentary, you'd see how self-discipline and consistency is super worth it. Like, that man runs every single day to the point where he even throws out, like he vomits. Can you imagine? I'm back indoors because it's snowing outside. Let's be sincere, a lot of us, like you and me, we admire and appreciate the result of self-discipline in the lives of other people. But now the question is, are you actually self-disciplined? Like, are you doing what you're supposed to do in order to achieve your goals? Or you're just doing what you feel as doing, you know? You're just sleeping, you're just relaxing day in and day out and expect to have results. Don't get it twisted, I love sleep, I love my bed. But there comes a time where you need to sacrifice your sleep to do that research. You need to sacrifice your sleep to maybe study, to do maybe different other things. You have to sacrifice one thing or you need to spend your time. You need to force yourself to do what you have to do in order to get that result. And you cannot actually be self-disciplined without having a goal. You cannot be self-disciplined when you don't have a vision. So before getting further, what is self-discipline? Self-discipline can be seen as self-control. That is, you're controlling yourself to do what is right, not what you feel as doing. And the synonyms of self-discipline is self-control, self-mastery, or self-restraint. I love self-control because you've got the word right there, control. That is you controlling yourself. When we talk of self-discipline, it's not just about the big things, okay? It's about the really small things in our day-to-day life. It starts from your alarm rings. Do you wake up or you touch on snooze like 10 times? Do you spend hours and hours on social media? Like, I love social media, but you need to also discipline yourself. Sometimes your self-discipline might be you controlling yourself by saying, hey, you need to leave Facebook now. You need to leave Instagram, Snapchat. You need to study. You need to pray. You need to stop doing this now in order to do something else that's beneficial. Sometimes it's about you disciplining yourself not to sleep too much. A lot of us are sleeping like we're on a sleeping competition while life is going, while people are doing business, while people are hustling, people are studying, people are doing things. We are sleeping like our life depends on sleep. Actually, we need this self-discipline every single day. In our day-to-day lives, we need it. And how do you start getting self-discipline? First of all, you need a vision. You need a goal, because you need to have a picture of your goal, of what you want to achieve in your head, like in your mind, because that is what's gonna motivate you to continually put in effort to get to that end. If you don't have a picture of your vision actually means to see, right? So if you can't see your picture, if you don't if you can't see, if you don't have a picture of your goal in mind, in your head, then it's really going to be hard for you to work continually and consistently towards something. It's going to be hard for you to discipline yourself to achieve something. Why? Because you don't have a reason to work hard towards that thing. If you cannot answer your why, if your why is still unanswered, then it's really going to be hard for you to discipline yourself towards something. So the first step you need to take is to identify your vision. Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve with this? And how long do I want to take to achieve? For example, you don't get to the university and you're like, okay, I just want to have a master's degree. I don't care when, I'm just gonna go, you know, I'm not gonna study. Nah. You go to school with the end vision in mind because you want to grab that certificate, right? And what do you need to do in order to get it? If you don't study, you won't pass. Well, apart from geniuses, but many of us aren't. So you need to study. And why are you studying? Because you have the goal in your mind. You know, okay, I want to get this result at the end. So without a vision, you actually do not, it's hard for you to be self-disciplined. A man without a vision lives a loose life because you don't really have a destination, you don't have a goal, you're just moving, you're just doing anything. Like you have nothing controlling your decisions, you have nothing controlling your actions. Most people who know their vision, who know their why, who know why they are here, who are very self-disciplined, they have a kind of narrow life when you look from outside, because their boundaries are already set, you know, their principles already set their boundaries. And even though it's narrow, it's simple because they already know what they're gonna do and what they wouldn't. Like, they discipline themselves not to do what it's not profitable to their vision, it's not profitable to their destination or to their journey. I have self-disciplined people in my life who I really admire, but I use Usain Bolt because I think all of us know him. We know his results, and we can even go back and watch what I'm talking about. We can watch his documentary, we can watch his wins. And Usain Bolt, our case study in this video, is someone we can see as a very self-disciplined person. I watched his documentary some years ago, as I mentioned earlier, and every single day he runs. Like, he runs to the point where he even vomits. He runs, and he even mentioned that sometimes he doesn't feel as doing it, but he does it, right? And that was just so encouraging, because imagine the fastest man in the world.
Shoulders down. That's it.
Dying. I think a lot of people they see you run and they say, oh, it looks so easy, you really look effortless. But before it gets to that point, it's hard. It's like hard work. Day in, day out, sacrifice. Day in, day out. Just dying. This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today. You know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go. And it's so hard, and a lot of people don't know.
The work he put into what he did is just amazing. It's so mind-blowing. It's crazy. I can't imagine running every day. Like, I can't. Maybe it's not running in your case. Maybe it's doing one thing or the other. Maybe it's studying. Maybe it's...
Do you mean that the competition is not the reality?
Listen, the work is behind the scenes. Competition is the easy part. Behind the scenes is where the work is done. And everything is done to get to that one race that you need to run.
Can you imagine that? Every day running, that's another dimension of self-discipline. I mean, and the thing is, if he never had the vision in his mind, because he wasn't the fastest man in the world just once, like he did it I think twice. I'm very sure he had the goal in his mind. He had the vision in his mind of that medal, of that prize, and that's what motivated him, and that's what made him to be disciplined. Even though some of us have our destination in our minds, we have the goal in our minds, but still we aren't disciplined enough. Why? Because we lose focus. Sometimes we even forget why we do the things we do, and that's why it's very necessary for you to remind yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I in this place? Why is my routine this way? Like, why am I reading? Why am I going to work? Why am I doing this? Why am I with this person? Why am I doing the things I do? If you know your destinations, then you know the choices you should and should not make. In fact, you find it easy to say no to certain activities, to certain people, to certain offers. Why? Because they aren't profitable to your journey. And without a vision, it's very hard to say no because you're not oriented. You don't have a destination. You don't have a goal. You don't have something you're following. And self-discipline creates trust and makes people believe in you. And I think that's why most companies use athletes to advertise their products. On the other side of the coin, you'd see that athletes are actually selling their discipline, their self-discipline, and their consistency. You know, it's not because they are great or because they are super intelligent or I don't know, but it's because they discipline themselves to be good at what they do that a lot of companies use them to advertise their products, for example. So it's just about you controlling yourself or taking yourself out of a bad habit and doing the right thing, doing something that's going to help you achieve your goal, because you can't achieve your goal without making baby steps. It starts from your day-to-day life. A lot of us are sleeping like we are on a sleeping competition, while people are working, people are doing business, people are studying, people are developing themselves, and we are just sleeping and sleeping like we're on a sleeping competition. I know it's been scientifically proven that you need like 8 hours of sleep in order to have a balanced mind and See, sometimes you need to sacrifice that sleep in order sometimes you need to sacrifice that sleep in order to do that thing. Sometimes you need to sacrifice the sleep to wake up earlier before the whole world wakes up, to do something that will make you outstanding. Because imagine all of us are doing the same thing, waking up at the same time. Then how? It's just the people then with kind of like different capacities, like higher capacities, that will be able to achieve something. But if you know yourself, you know that you are not that special. See, bro, you better start waking up earlier or going to bed later, because you're doing that research, because you're studying, because you're praying, because you're doing whatever it takes for you to achieve that goal. Yes, I said so. Sleep less. Some of us have dreams. We want to be this person or manage this thing and, you know, be in this leadership position. Can you trust yourself with yourself? Like, can you even discipline yourself? Talk less of controlling something that people's lives might depend on. Can you? Do you manage your time? Like, sometimes you just need to be like, you know what, don't buy that cup of coffee, even though it's just €2 or $2. Just save the money. Just save it. Sometimes that might be self-discipline. That's how you discipline yourself, like in a really, really small thing. So let's ask ourselves, let's start asking ourselves critical questions. Am I disciplined? Where I am today, is it because of me? Because we have the tendency of blaming other people, of blaming what is happening in the world, blaming the society, blaming professors, blaming mothers, blaming, I don't know, blaming everyone, friends and so on. But are you actually putting in effort? Like, how are you managing your time? Are you spending time doing something else and then you expect a result in something else? It doesn't work that way. Like, you can't plant potatoes and harvest tomatoes. It's just very impossible. If you watch documentaries of people who have achieved certain things, or let me say successful people, and maybe also celebrities, you would notice a certain pattern. And I'm very sure if we implement it, if we start incorporating it into our day-to-day lives, it's going to be worth it. It's going to make us achieve our goals. It's going to make us to reach our destination faster than we think, which is discipline and consistency. See, no matter in what domain you are in, be it in sports, be it in spirituality, be it in education, be it in business, like you need this thing, you need to be self-disciplined, because nobody's going to come and force you to study, nobody's going to come and force you to do the right thing, because everyone is concentrating on themselves. So you need to do this for your own self and stay with it, because consistency actually brings results. So before you leave, please check out the other videos on this channel. This channel is about faith and lifestyle, so feel free to subscribe. You can find that down here in the red box below, and hit the notification bell so whenever I post, you'll be able to see it. And if you've got video suggestions, guys, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can contact me on Instagram, or just put it down in the comment below on Snapchat. Yes, until next time, take care. Bye. Mwah.